What's going on? Let's see here.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you, man?
technical difficulties there. But
I try to restart my computer before we do this, and I swear to you, it took 8 minutes for my computer to restart today.
wow,
And I was like, "What? How could this be? How could this take so long?"
crazy.
So,
Keith, Nathan, Layton. How was your Christmas?
it was good. It was. Man, I'm getting old. You sure don't get the fun gifts you used to get when you were younger. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
And I spent the whole like I've been watching. Have you ever watched the movie The Hateful Eight?
No.
So it's a Quentin Tarantino movie that is rough. I mean, it is rough.
Really?
And the ending is fabulous. And I think I saw it years ago. And then gifts, what are those? And then so I thought the other day, oh, I'll watch it while I'm editing and stuff like that. And you edit over here, and then you just you can't watch it. All you can do is listen. So then tonight I was watching it while I was making all the packages. I did a live stream last week. I don't even know, a couple days before Christmas. So I was getting all the packages ready, and I was watching Hateful Eight, and I was like writing out everyone's addresses and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, this movie is so good.
That's awesome. So how'd your Monster Bass box end up doing?
So you know what? It's really weird. I'm going to keep it really real. I haven't heard anything from them since like 3.5 weeks.
Really?
No lie. I've heard nothing from them.
Huh. That is interesting.
I know it was kind of weird. I had such high hopes for that whole thing. And then as people were buying them, there were more and more people email me or saying, hey, we're not getting our boxes at all. I ordered them weeks ago, blah, blah, blah. And, it was just one of those, it didn't, I felt like I should stop advertising it because it took so long for people to get them, and I felt kind of bad.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I figure they'll probably get a hold of me after the first of the year, I hope, and we'll see.
I'd say in their defense that it seems like everybody was really slow. I know Ketchco, Carl's Baits had a lot of late deliveries on stuff, and a lot of other companies did as well. I ordered some stuff on their 80% off at Monster Bass, and it took like 3 weeks to get here.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that time of year.
Thanks, JP. Appreciate it, buddy.
It's that time of year when everybody starts. You start putting, like, for Patrick's stuff and Tackle Web stuff, all that stuff. Like we were saying, if you don't order before like the 13th or the 14th, you won't get it before Christmas. So
yeah.
I mean, hopefully everybody got them and they enjoyed them. And I mean, I don't know the end result.
All right. Well, it looks like quite a few people on here have gotten it or have ordered it or excited about it. So,
yeah, I mean, I know there was a lot sold. There was to be honest, I felt like if I sold over 20, I was doing really good.
I knew you'd sell a lot more than that.
And there were a lot more than that. I mean, after the first week, there was 5 or 6 times that amount. So,
cool.
Oh, it says I have 62 boxes left of the 200. So
okay, so you sold 138 boxes. That's quite a few.
Yeah, so it's all right.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah,
I
appreciate everyone getting one.
Of course, as you know, I'm not. If I want a gift, I buy myself a gift. So the gift thing, but I got a grandbaby, so that's better than any of that kind of stuff.
So you have to tell us what everything was on time, healthy. I mean,
Yeah, well, my daughter's always had kind of high risk pregnancies anyway, and so they've always induced labor about a month early, 3 weeks
oh,
early or so. So that's what they did this time. This is funny. She's had 4 kids, and they've all weighed 7 pounds 2 ounces, every single one of them.
really?
Yeah. And get this, 2 of them are born on the same day, and it also happens to be the day of their dad's birth. So dad and 2 of the kids have the same birthday.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's kind of insane to think about.
Yeah, they got a family of 6. If you count mom and dad, half of the family has the birthday on the same day. The other half
Now I have to say, uh, that kind of stinks in some instances because, like, my sister Kate has a birthday on Christmas Day,
oh, that
and
would be bad. Yeah.
and it's just like it's crazy. And then next door, not like you would know this, I have 2 amazing, uh, amazing neighbors, and they're in the process of having a baby, and I just want the baby to be healthy. That's all you can hope for these days is a healthy
Absolutely.
baby.
Yeah, for sure.
So when did the baby was born? Just a few days before Christmas,
Yeah, the 22nd.
22nd. So she's kind
22nd.
of in the same thing.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. So,
So
but
what was the weather like in Idaho?
snowing,
Was
snowing,
it
snowing, snowing. Yeah. In fact, I thought I was going to die driving home. Basically, we didn't drive, but what we did is we we always fly. They live in Idaho, but we always fly into Salt Lake City because it's the closest major airport, and then we end up driving north. And so we were driving back to the airport to fly home, and we got hit by this snow squall. We get this alert on our phones both at the same time, like emergency. It sounds like one of those
Amber Alerts?
amber alerts, amber alert alarms. That's what I thought it was at first. And then I look at it and it says, warning, warning, snow squall ahead. I was like, snow squall? All right, I know what snow is. What's a snow squall? And man, I found out it was brutal. Brutal. I could not see. I couldn't see. I could see my windshield wipers. That's it. I could not see the road. I could not see anybody in front of me. And when you're flying down the highway, you can't just stop. You'll get killed. You get rear-ended.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you literally are covered in a blanket of snow and cannot see an inch in front of you? It was pretty harrowing.
So years ago, we don't get snow here in Florida. I mean, in all honesty, we get like 30, 40 degree weather, and people just completely lose their shit here.
Yeah.
So I go up to Yellowstone in the middle of May years and years ago, and I get off. I go to the wrong place. Have to drive to Yellowstone. Long story short, get in the car. As soon as I start driving, these giant snowflakes start coming down. So I'm like, oh, I pulled off, like I did the Florida thing. I pulled off the side of the road, stripped down into my underwear, and let the snow hit me like I was back in Michigan. And my girlfriend at the time was like, "Are you crazy?" I'm like, "This is the most beautiful thing in the world that I'm doing," and all these people are honking. They're, it was wonderful. But then you start freezing, and then of all things, we got stuck at this little, I don't even know where we were, at this little place, and we ended up having to stay like 3 extra days because we got snowed in.
Ah.
But it was just, it's one of those things that was just awesome.
It is crazy the way the South just is not prepared for a flake of snow at all.
Oh no, dude. I think I've said this. Like last week, it got down to like 40 or 50. No lie. The people directly across the street from me put their blankets around their shrubs in 47 degrees, thinking that their shrubs would die at 47 degrees.
Yeah. Well, I live up here. We get some pretty good snowstorms at times, but I was raised in Alabama, and I can remember when I was about 19, we got a snowstorm come into Birmingham, there where I lived, and when I say snowstorm, a dust, a
Yeah.
dusting. You know, literally
Everything stops, by
a
the way.
dusting, and the entire state shut down. Man, it was like we were buried in freaking 14 feet of snow, and it didn't even accumulate. It was just crazy, man. We cannot handle snow in the South, man. It's just not. We're not wired that way.
So I used to live in Michigan. So we used
Yeah, you're used to bad weather.
yeah, and during the winter, like, I remember this so vividly. Like, you would know a snowstorm was coming, and you'd be like, "We need to get 11 inches of snow for school to stop." So all you would be doing was praying to God, "Please give us 11 inches so we don't have to go to school." So there was a year I went from Michigan to Virginia, and in Virginia, I mean, like, one day we got like a quarter inch. They shut down school for a whole week because we got a quarter inch of snow. And it was like, are you joking me?
I mean, yeah,
But it was so much more fun now.
It's pretty wild for sure.
I saw
So,
Hellbass on here. I wanted to say hi to him.
Hey, Hellabass, Gramps is on fishing with Gramps. I saw him.
Oh, there's Chief Dub's uncle. Hey guys, we got to have them on here soon. They're doing. I think Thunderhawk is doing some stuff with Debo and somebody else, which was
yeah, really
sending
cool.
some packages out, which is a good idea.
Yeah, we need to. There's Gramps there.
There's Gramps. That's our boy.
We definitely got to get
Mike on.
Get our guests going again here before the season gears up and nobody's available.
So that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. So they haven't released the anglers yet, but I know for a fact that Patrick Walters is joining NPFL. He's going to fish the elites and NPFL. And I wanted to know what everyone kind of thought. I mean, no offense to all those guys, Patrick Walters is up here.
Yeah.
And I mean, is there a chance that he just absolutely dominates 6 events with NPFL?
That would be something to see, wouldn't it?
It would.
I mean, I wonder how many events do they have? 6 or 8?
6.
Okay.
No championship, which is
what would it be like? What would it be like if an angler actually won all 6 events? The same angler. That would be a trip.
That would be a trip.
Oh my gosh!
But what would it say about all the rest of those anglers? That's the real key to it.
Yeah.
I mean, if he goes out and he's in the top 3 every week or top 5, they don't have it, and he wins Angler of the Year. I mean, really. I mean, what does that say about all those other guys? No offense to them.
Yeah, no doubt. Wow, that's gonna be crazy to see. Is he the only elite angler that's going to the NPFL? There's nobody else doing it?
Well, Hackney said he wanted to do it, but when they started having money issues, I think he kind of backed out. There were a couple other people that said that they wanted to do it. I think, some of the friends that I've talked to, when I first started talking to them, they were like, I'm not going back. I mean, I talked to like 12 guys. All of them said, I'm not going back. Then as things started to happen, they couldn't get into other tournaments, so they were like, I'm going to have to fish NPFL, even though I'm not really excited about it. They do have a new investor, which is a kayak owner. And, I think...
that kayak owner you're talking about, he has made the world's most expensive fishing kayak. Have you seen that thing?
No.
Yeah, it's like... I think I'm understating it when I say the thing costs $11,000. I think it's more than that.
Who would buy that?
And look, it doesn't have a motor. It doesn't have pedals. It only has a paddle, and it's made out of carbon. The entire boat is made out of carbon, and so it's super light and it's supposed to be super durable. But I think when he first announced it, it was like $15,000, and I think it's come down a little bit since then.
Okay, I'm gonna ruin something that I know. I can't get in trouble for now, but that's all right. So years ago, I was doing a website for a boat company called Gordon Boat Works. I came up with all their logos, all their everything for them, shirts, marketing, everything up. Everything top to bottom. And our deal was he had to build me a boat. It's a 16-foot Waterman, arguably one of the best boats on the market, completely built of carbon Kevlar. Now, this was a 16-foot boat, 40 horsepower. I did Tahatsu at the time, 40 horsepower Tahatsu engine, 21-foot poling platform. I had a poling platform. I had a casting platform, a side panel. It drafted 3.5 inches of water. Do you know how much that whole boat cost, including the motor, was Tom Gordon's cost? That's the name of the owner, Gordon Boatworks. Take a guess what the overall cost of his cost to make that boat was.
No idea.
$9,800.
Really?
Carbon Kevlar, top to bottom. He sold that boat for $47,000.
Really?
And right now, you can't get one of those boats for under $70,000. But
that is crazy.
A kayak at $11,000 is crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how light it is. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I mean, even the Hobies, they're only like 5,000, and that's still insane.
So going back to NPFL, my one issue with NPFL is they must get sponsors. It can't be the people that run it.
Yeah.
It can't be that extra person who put in $500,000 or whatever he put in. They have to get sponsors. And unfortunately, your first impression is the most important impression.
Right.
And here they went a year where now I know from what I've heard, they've made sure everyone was paid and all that other stuff. But it's such a hard thing to come out of and say, we're going to make money, blah, blah, blah. And the money was just so mismanaged. It was ridiculous. So, I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they're going to do it. And Grant said it perfect. Guggen won't be their sponsor now for sure.
Yeah, that is for sure. That's crazy. Let me show you this crazy, insane kayak here.
Turkle up.
It's called an Apex. Apex is the name of the company. Let's see here. All right. Can you see it? All right. Let me take the graphics off here. Okay, this is. You can see it's very funky looking.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just like my old boat, flat bottom. Probably doesn't turn well at all.
And he has this swivel seat on it that turns 360 degrees.
And that's supposed to be a fishing boat? Where do you put all the fishing stuff?
Well, this is what's so weird, is he has no tracks built in for it, as far as I know. There's no built-in rod holders. And the back is open. It's completely open for water to just drain out the back. It doesn't have scupper holes.
Yeah, and your tackle just slide off of it into the water.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that's looked at it says, man, it's super cool looking, but it makes no practical sense at all.
It's like the Tesla truck.
Yeah, the Tesla truck is the same thing. It makes no frigging sense at all. But there it is. So if you're interested in like a 10,000, 12, 15, I don't know how much it is now. Go to apexwatercraft.com.
And that's a Jackson Kayak?
Jackson Kayak is the guy that when he sold Jackson, he went and started this company.
Yeah.
So this is his baby.
Yeah, well.
Is that crazy or what?
He's going to have to sell a lot of boats to make that money up that he's putting into NPFL.
Yeah, I guess he is. He is. He's a paddling purist. He really believes in paddling more than anything else. So,
which is, if that's the case, then why would he be sponsoring a bass fishing tournament?
I don't know. I think he fished the Opens or one of the circuits a while back. I thought he did, but who knows? He's an
Hammer says that
eccentric
would be a
kid.
good toboggan.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be great on
That
ice,
would
doesn't it?
be
Or
good.
snow. Yeah, yeah, that's wild. But hey, to each his own.
Yeah. I mean,
Got money
I
to
wish him the
burn.
best. I mean, I'm just like I said. I think that they have to. They got to work on some stuff. I sent him. I had an idea and sent him some stuff and never heard back from him. So I kind of like, you want to know what? See you later. Thank you.
Yeah. So, man, your box showed up. How about that?
Yeah, let's talk about when did I send it?
All right. Hey, let me show you just to let you see the post office, true to form. Here you go.
Oh my gosh,
That's one corner,
dude, they
and
killed
then
that thing.
there's another nice steel here. The rest of it's in pretty good shape. But this thing was shipped out on December 8th.
And you just got it.
When I got home last night, and it was here waiting for me.
I don't even remember what's in there.
Look at that! You paid $29
I
to
know.
ship that thing.
That's
man.
love, man.
That is love. This sucker weighed 8 pounds 8 ounces.
Do we open this up and see what's in it? Because I forgot. Actually, there's a joke in it.
Yeah, heck yeah, we can open it up. Let me show you something else, though. You're not going to believe all the stuff I've got in the mail that I still have not unboxed yet. Check this out. I got some of this.
Nice.
I got this.
Oh, okay.
I got the Busby starter kit. I got one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
6 Sense Fishing.
Well, you'll get some more Divine Shaky Heads in that.
Heck yeah. I still haven't opened this.
Which was kind of disappointing.
I still haven't opened this.
Dude, you're going to be busy for weeks.
I got a this is from the Hookup Tackle. Then I got fan mail from Booster. Sent me something.
Nice. Booster was just at my house yesterday or 2 days ago.
Stump Thumper Baits.
Don't know them.
Sea Big Hill.
Look at that, man.
I counted. I got 20 boxes that I need to unbox.
Holy crap.
So the one I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to do a live tomorrow because this one really interests me a lot. It came in this bag. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it. The Gancraft Mystery Bucket.
It's full of Survivor food.
Might be freeze-dried food. I'm going to crack that sucker open tomorrow night, do a live on that. So I'll post on that if you guys want to see it. But this is definitely the heaviest box that came.
And honestly, I only remember there's one thing I threw in there that I thought was funny.
All right. There's nothing secret in here I'm not supposed to be showing anybody.
There might be a swim bait.
All right.
If it's not, I don't remember if I put it in or not. That doesn't matter. We won't get in trouble. Hell.
All right. So somebody's asking what I'm unboxing tonight. I am unboxing the Get Your Fish On mystery box number 2.
Yeah. I didn't put all the stuff in there this time. Oh, there's a bag of swim baits.
Oh, yeah, look at this. This is like black market stuff here. Very interesting looking. I mean, I love throwing swim baits, and to me, this looks like a skinny dipper, but it's not the skinny dipper, is it?
It is
It's
not.
like it's like the dude who knocks off everybody else's bait skinny dipper.
It is. And he sent me a
Man,
bunch of them, and I gave them all away.
awesome, dude! I love this bait, the skinny dipper bait, and it looks like an exact duplicate.
It's actually made at the exact same place, same plastic place.
Wow, that is crazy. This looks like there's about 30 of them in there.
I think he sent me 4 50-count bags.
Man, that's awesome. All right, this is kind of a spool tech. This is a Seville lure that I would get in a Florida tackle box.
Yes, just giant sized.
Dude, that thing is huge. That's a
It's like $30.
that is sweet. What do they call this thing? The spool tech
Fatty 7-inch, maybe? Maybe?
I don't know what they call it. I don't see on here. It's got to be on here somewhere. It's crazy, man. It's got this massive hook that it looks like.
That's the one that the hook pulls out of the thing and has a concealed leader?
Oh, this is called the Stretch 9-inch SK. So the last part is made of that stretchy plastic.
Yeah.
The tail.
But the hook pulls out from the
Yeah,
and it has
the hook comes free.
Those spool techs for snook are unbelievable.
Slow body wobble, loose frenetic tail wiggle. Dude.
I thought some of the stuff you can give away too. You should know that.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely do that. Let's see. Are you looking at the comments there?
Yeah.
Dude, all kinds of terminal tackle.
Yeah, that was the joke. I sent everything of terminal tackle that I had in one area to you.
This stuff looks like it all came out of monthly tackle box subscriptions.
Well, you know, I can't use anything but Daiichi, so you got everything that doesn't say Daiichi.
Yeah, sweet. There's nothing wrong with terminal tackle. It's expensive, man.
No, I agree with you.
And this is actually a nice little wacky Nico style hook.
There was a lot of terminal tackle.
Man, you're not kidding. Look, more.
I had fun throwing all those in, thinking of you.
More. Yeah, there's some. These. Nice.
There's some owner hooks in there.
There's all kinds of hooks. Arc fishing.
Are they sample packs? No way, man.
Bait rigs.
Yeah, some of it I don't even know where I got.
Yeah. Pretty wild. Oh, man. I use these all the time. These are excellent, guys. If you have never tried the Nedlocks, those things really hold soft plastics on well.
I don't get fan mail, so everything that's there came from somebody.
Swim bait hooks.
Mission fishing. I think I got that. I know where I got that one from.
That's
I got that
cool.
one from.
More mustad hooks. Oh, yeah. These Berkeley wacky style hooks are nice.
Oh, yeah. Those came from them. There should be a couple of those.
Yeah, those are sweet. Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I got my media pass. Bam. All right.
They don't have any more of those, so you need that when you go see them.
Heck yeah. All right, here's a smaller one of those spool tech lures.
Oh yeah.
Show you compared to the other one you sent me what the size is there. Pretty cool. These are I'm intrigued about this. I'm gonna have to think about how to fish these.
Like I said, we fish them down here. Do I accept Puerto Rican food as fan mail? Have you seen the size of me, Jan? I accept any food as fan mail.
Hey, speaking of that, when I was in basic training, I think it was basic training in Alabama in the summer. It was over 100 degrees every day down in Fort McClellan, Alabama. We had a guy there, and his wife sent him a lasagna, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, it was something like a lasagna, and this dude kept it in his locker and ate out of it for several days
Oh,
in like 100-degree heat. I was like, dude, you're gonna kill yourself. You're
you're
out
gonna
of
get
your freaking
sick.
mind, man. And he was like, oh, my wife's lasagna is the best in the world.
No,
I was like, oh man, that is gross. That just makes me want to throw up.
yeah. Ray had put a throw up emoji. That's hilarious.
Oh, dude, check it. A waterproof box. I think Monster Bass is you're selling these now. Just same size,
Not,
3600 size, waterproof.
but look what's inside of those. Those are all custom.
These look like custom crappie jigs.
They are. I thought, oh my gosh, if anyone can use them, you can.
Heck yes, dude. Where'd you get these?
Somebody probably gave them to me.
Hair jig. Little rooster tail with a hair jig on it. Nice. Roadrunner.
Yeah, that's a Roadrunner for sure.
Check all these out, man. You got these. There's probably 30 of these little guys in there. Let me see if I can take a couple out, show you guys.
I thought you could use it.
Heck yeah. I can catch my little bluegill on these bad boys.
Crappie Kev says, did someone say crappie?
Yeah. Crappie and bluegill.
Yep.
Man, there is look at how many of these there are, guys. I can hold them up. I mean, there's tons of them. Jeez. Plus, these waterproof boxes are pretty sweet, especially in the kayak.
Yeah. That's the only kind of box I use now. And the only reason why is because when you go saltwater fishing, you get a little bit of water in there. The next thing you know, everything rusts out.
Float and fly with those little fly jigs. You're right, Booster. All right, here's the Thunderhawk Holiday Go Bag.
Yep.
Man. So there's stuff in here. A square bill, a jerk bait, a grass jig, and a lipless.
And they have their new what they call grenades. And they're like those
grenade indestructible plastic.
Yeah. It's like those, I forgot the name of them. I gave them away today. Those Bellows
Gill?
Yeah. But the ones that they have in there are just, they're indestructible.
Wow. I'm going to set that aside just in case, see how much time we want to go. Oh, yeah, an NRX Plus.
You said you wanted that hat, didn't you?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Shimano guy, man. I love their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you don't know, guys and gals, G. Loomis was bought by Shimano.
Yeah.
And they pretty much share all their technology now. Oh, snap, man. There's some now we're getting into some sick stuff here. Oh, you sent me one of these before. This is a different color, the Cha-Cha Glide.
I love that bait.
That is a nice swim bait, boys and girls. And here's the beauty of this one. I talk about if you're just getting into swim bait fishing, get something like this, guys, because you don't need big equipment. You don't need to buy a new rod or reel, nothing. You can use it on all the equipment you already have.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty light. This thing's only 1.5 ounces.
And that one's one of those, to be honest, that's one of those baits that's really, you can just slow retrieve it just turning your reel one time and then another time and just, it goes through the water perfect.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh man, cool.
Fish in the Southeast, I think you got to go to thunderhawklures.com to get those. I don't even know if the grenades are available yet.
Dude, this is a pretty crazy looking swim bait that looks like it's in upside down. It's the Dunkel 7-inch.
Oh, yes.
By Jackal. I got a buddy that's sponsored by these guys, and that the guy that owns Jackal Baits, he's kind of like a Gary Yamamoto. He's a Japanese guy, and he is just a fisherman at heart. Just loves to fish.
That's a great swim bait.
That thing looks great. So this is a soft plastic one.
Yeah.
We'll take it out. This color is called Chartreuse Strike Gill. Man, look at that. Of course, the hook.
I think it has a.
It's got a magnet.
Yeah.
That holds it in place there. You can actually do it either
What
direction.
did I say,
It's got a little. It's like a little keeper that it goes in like that. So you could do it either way if you wanted. I mean, this is going to get you more hookups, but you're going to get
snagged
a lot easier. This is kind of like, so it's not a magnet. It's got a keeper on there.
Yeah, that you kind of hook it in.
And it kind of slides in there. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Jackal makes some great baits, then discontinues them. I thought you'd like that one.
Man, I might go throw this this weekend. I'm going to go out this weekend if the water's not frozen. Oh, man, here we go. I've been waiting for this one. The big blade. I don't have a big blade yet, so I was definitely wanting this.
Isn't the Mini Max in there too?
I don't know. I see one lure in here that everybody's going to be super jealous of. I don't see the Mini.
No, I thought I put one or two in, but maybe I didn't.
Big blade. This is the 5/8 ounce chartreuse white and orange.
Yeah, you got the lighter color.
I can't wait to try that. This X9 braid, I definitely wanted some of this.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Trace. Let's see what color this is. This is Shad Sense. That's a cool looking color right there. In case you don't know what a trace is,
that is
another jointed glide bait. This is a very natural color. This is great.
That's a really, really fantastic swim bait.
Yeah, and a super color. I have one that's like bright chartreuse, and you know the places you can use that one are limited. Trace, baby.
I think that's a floating one, so you can use that pretty much anywhere.
My 6 cents buddies. It is floating. Dude. All right, here, this came out of the package, but no big deal. It's got some braid on it. Jerk bait. This is the Mamadi 115 SF.
Oh, yeah,
the gecko.
I've had some luck with that one lately.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. This is American shad. Yeah, that looks like an American shad. It's kind of funny that you throw a jerk bait in super shallow, grass-filled water.
Well, right now I do only because it's winter, but I like to throw those and just give it one hard twitch and then just almost forget that I'm fishing. I mean, sometimes I'll actually.
It almost looks like it should have a third hook.
That's what I think too, but it's balanced really well, so it actually just likes to sit. It's almost like the Thunderhawk makes a really good one too, that you twitch once and it just, it goes up and then it just kind of floats slowly up.
Yeah.
And those baits really, I think this time of year when the water's cold, this is the time to use them. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. That's usually when I'm throwing a jerk bait is in cold water.
Yeah.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah, it's weird. Like that, I was starting to do my next video for February baits that people should be using, and in doing my research and talking to people, everyone talked about, like 3 or 4 pros told me you don't want loud knocking baits now in the in these colder months.
Mm-hmm.
And
Look at this lip on this thing. It's a square lip.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a jerkbait with a square lip like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is called the Gecko Mamadi.
Yeah.
Momadi.
I think I did a closer look on that.
Yeah.
One of the guys that is part owner or whatever it is, his name's Dan, and Dan and I are really close friends. And I saw him at ICAST, and one of the things he said was, "Why don't you ever do any closer looks of our stuff?" And I'm like, "I can't even find your stuff." so how am I? And then the next day, I was at Mike's booth, and then he walked by and he goes, "I filled up your whole bag full of lures." I'm like, "Oh, I hope you didn't." And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "All my camera gear is in there. I don't need it. You can send it to me." But he sent it, and I actually sent Caro some of the worms. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, look at this. This just shows you how good a friend Steve and I are. Steve got this pack of baits, and he took one out and fished with it and didn't catch any fish. And he said, "This thing sucks," and then he threw it in the box for me.
In that case, that voodoo shad does not suck.
Okay, it looks good actually.
I think it's like some of the people that won stuff, they're gonna see that the box is open. Sometimes I do closer looks of the videos.
Yeah,
and that is how I don't like. To be honest, the voodoo company, Egret Baits, makes good baits. Really good baits.
Here's another one: the Voodoo Vixen and the Voodoo Shad.
Yeah, the shad I've caught a ton of tarpon on.
This Vixen actually is a very good looking color too.
Yeah, they make great baits.
That's called avocado salad.
Now I don't know about the name of it, but
it's got purple. It's a very lifelike shad looking color, and then of course this one looks good too. This is a good time of year to throw those smaller swim baits.
Yeah, you need.
All right, we're getting close to the end here. Getting close to the end. A couple of more shaky heads. Berkeley. He had several of these in there. The Nico skirts.
Yeah.
Oh, the Flaccid Shad by Chase Baits.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a unique deal because it's got these little fins.
It has good action. It has really good action.
Yeah, you've done a closer look on this, right?
Yeah. And the guys from Chase Baits are good people. They're really good. They're really good.
I've had a lot of luck with the Chase Baits lures, the ones that I've used. I haven't ever bought any of these, but I've gotten some in my Monster Bass boxes over time. All right. Strike King Hybrid Hunter Jr.
Oh, yeah. You said you wanted that. That's why I threw that one in there.
Yeah. This color is gold black back.
That'll be in my February baits.
Okay. Sweet.
Sure.
Now I got a bunch of soft baits. Max Scent.
You said you wanted those too.
Heck yeah. The General.
Mm-hmm.
This is John Cox's favorite stick bait. The Max Scent General. This color here is baby bass.
Yeah.
2 packs of those. Then I got a pack of blue pearl black hologram.
Yeah, there's one missing out of that bag.
That's
I can tell you that.
Shad color. And then 2 packs of 7-inch green pumpkin shaky worms with Max Scent. Nice, but I saved the creme de la creme for last. There's only one left.
I know the last lure.
Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, I hate that lure.
The ICBM Intercontinental Ballistic Crapper. There it is, boys and girls. I hate to throw Larry Dahlberg under the bus because he makes some pretty good stuff. He invented the Whopper Plopper, but geez, this is jewelry, man. Wear it around your neck or something. Bam! That's quite a box, Steve. Thanks, buddy.
Do I give
Appreciate
my wife a box of chocolates with 2 missing? No, Heather, there's 4 missing. Have you seen it? Because if I don't eat the 4 as soon as I give them to her, they're gone after that.
Oh man, jeez. Fun times for sure.
Well, you can give some of that stuff away or use it.
Yeah, I'll put a bunch of it in the buckets here, and we'll give some of it, and I'll use some of it. In fact, I think I'll give away the holiday go bag. I think somebody would love this thing. This is an awesome product right here, and as much as I'd love to try it out, this seems like too good of a gift to waste on me.
I agree completely. They sent me a couple. I sent one to you, and I gave one away because I thought, well, once they have them again, I'll ask for another one because they're just amazing product. It's an amazing product, and really, I think you could have bought that for like $58, and it has like I don't even know 8 or 9 lures in it, and then the bag too. So I mean, the lures were like, I mean, the bag is like $20 alone.
Yeah.
So you got the rest of the stuff for another $30. So you're looking at $3 a lure. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I mean, this is a perfect little pond hopper bag, you know?
Yeah.
Fishing from the bank. Perfect.
Yeah. I did that giveaway and Hammer won mine. And I have it sitting here. And I was going to drop it off the next day. And I just haven't been over to by his house yet. So
next week, if we don't have a guest schedule, we ought to do another giveaway show.
We have 10 more gift cards.
Still got the gift cards, and we can throw in maybe this and a few other things.
So I have to be honest, like the live streams I do barely get anybody to watch. And when we do these, everybody goes to your channel other than my channel, which is perfectly fine. That live show I did, I gave a little bit of notice and said, look, I might do it on Thursday, 8 o'clock. And literally, I had people come out of the woodwork. Like, I don't even know some of these people at all. I was happy of the people that did win that I knew. I'm like, because I had thought, well, I'll probably get like 15 or 18 people to watch. And I really was going to just give one thing to every person. And then the next thing I know, I started doing it. I'm like, what the hell? This isn't going to work to the way I wanted it to work. And then
see, Gramps and Jan, they got it going on. They're on both channels, dude. Yeah. That's awesome.
Actually, Gramps is getting a package in the next couple of days from me.
That helps a ton, guys. Thanks, man. We appreciate that. We're up to 96 on my side. I don't know how many you got on yours, but
yeah, I can't see.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm gonna have a ton of live streams. I got to get these 20 boxes done, so I'm gonna probably be doing more than one at a time just to. Man, I can't get through all of them. It's insane.
And and it's like the next month is starting, so you're going to get the next ones here coming up soon.
I know it. It's crazy. Okay, yeah. So Gramps says 96 and 21, so yeah. That's a great turnout.
Yeah, but it like really, I showed everyone. I got so many lures recently that we actually probably could give something to everybody who logs on. That's not a lie.
Yeah.
I could give them a jig. I don't even know the name of the thing. A jig and something else just to say thank you to everybody.
Heck yeah.
And just go, everybody do this or everyone send us an email, whatever it is. And then just say you're getting 1 or 2 lures. I mean, I can do that just from my side right now. I'm not even talking about what you have.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Gramps has started doing a lot of giveaways too. He mentioned on his live stream he does on Friday night. So be sure to check out that, folks.
Yeah, I need Gramps to like text me before he has a thing because I have no idea why I didn't see that on Friday. Well, Friday was Christmas Eve, so I wouldn't have been able to do it. But I mean, you got to go check out his stuff too.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, the shipping is the killer on all this stuff.
It is a killer. It's rough.
Like some of the bags that I did, I know are over like 2.5 or 3 pounds.
Yeah, that's something.
And the thing I did the other day, do you know I gave away 167 lures in that hour and 20 minutes?
It goes quick, man. I'm telling you. It really does. I'm going to do my regular spin to win on Saturday, and I'll give a lot of
You're
stuff
welcome.
away then. And we got a snowstorm coming in Saturday, so if I'm locked in the house, I'm probably going to do multiple live streams to just kind of knock out some of these
You
things.
want to? You can have like a marathon. Like
A
have a
live
little thing at
stream,
the top.
live stream marathon. Heck
I'm
yeah!
I'm in. I'm in if you do it.
All right, that's cool. That would be
Actually,
fun.
Jan said something. Sorry for this, Jan. You're getting a bunch of saltwater stuff from me. So I just put a bag together to say thank you.
Jan can definitely use saltwater
Yeah,
stuff.
I got so
I
much
tell
left.
you, I'm going to hunt him down if I ever make it to Puerto Rico again.
Yeah, I've been. Sonia, is from Puerto Rico, so she's constantly telling me we need to go, and you can go tarpon fishing, or you can do this and this and this. So I think over the next little bit, there's a good chance that we'll be making our way down there.
Cool. All right, I want to ask our viewers a question because I don't have a lot of experience with this. Not to sound like an a-hole here, but I had one of our viewers text me on our Instagram, and he wants to know, he's bought an SLX reel,
Yeah.
but he needs a good bait cast rod for it, but he only has a budget of $50. And
Oh,
I don't buy rods that cheap. I wouldn't even know what to tell him for a good $50 bait caster. So I'm just wondering, anybody got any experience? See a hella bass?
yellow bass.
Anybody got any ideas on how Aiden could find a decent bait cast rod to go with his SLX for $50 or less? I'm clueless on that.
I got some rods the other day. I honestly, it's something I want to send to you. That's the best way to put it.
Okay, sweet.
Only because that TFO thing is gonna make. I'll show you.
A couple of guys are saying the Shimano Celis rod.
Yeah, that's a good rod.
Falcon HD series. David, that's not a bad idea. Checking out used Zodius. Oh, baby.
There's hold on. I'm gonna turn my whole monitor. See, I only took one out because I thought, well, I'll send them and then I don't have to repack them.
Heck yeah.
This is a light rod, man.
Frank says the Shimano Conveyance on Amazon. The Berkeley Cherrywood. Actually, I do have. I like the Berkeley Cherry rod. They make a Cherrywood. They make like a 5-foot spinning rod that I use for crappie. And the Cherrywoods are pretty cheap. Eric's saying the Daiwa Arid X is on sale right now for $39 at Tackle Warehouse.
That's a good rod to get too. For $39.
They don't. I wonder if they charge shipping on that, because to ship one rod costs $39. I don't know.
That case back there that has 6 in it cost $119 to send.
Golly, it's gotten crazy how expensive it is to ship rods now. It used to be so cheap that what I would do is, like, when I went to California to fish tournaments out there, I would ship all my rods to my hotel instead of taking them with me on the plane, because it was cheaper to do it that way, and then I'd ship them back home. But you can't do that anymore. The prices have gone crazy.
I did that when I went to Scotland the second time. I sent 2 rods over because I was scared I wouldn't get them or they'd be broke or whatever. And then I sent them to my grandparents' house, and I got there, and then I had like a week where they were lost, and I was like, "You gotta be joking me!" And then when they got there, I ended up not using them, and I just left them. I was just like, "I'm gonna leave these for my cousins or somebody."
Oh wow,
that's
wild.
I don't even. Do you know how much these rods are?
Zodius?
Yeah,
I'll just look it up.
I have a price list. So yeah, this.
Dude, $220.
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna send it to him if it was under 50.
220 biggins at Tiger Warehouse.
Okay.
$219.99.
It's a nice rod, man.
Hey, Booster, that's a good suggestion too. Academy's H2O rods are decent. I don't know if you can find any for $50, but I mean, when you get down, when your budget's 50, boy, your choices are really get limited.
And if you're gonna, I mean, if you can up it to like $79 and get
Yeah,
yourself a one piece rod, you're gonna love your life a lot better.
that's right,
Just for
John.
sensitivity alone.
Right, that proficiency rod, John. It's about $80
Yeah, you're
at
right.
Walmart.
If you could get right around that range, that would be pretty decent. You want to know? In fact, save your $50. Next week we'll do the gift card thing. Get yourself one of the gift cards from us.
Yeah, there
That'll
you
from
go.
Tackle Warehouse. That'll give you $10 more. Now
Yeah.
you only need to come up with like $19.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm just saying.
It's worth some things. It's worth saving up a little bit. It really is.
Yeah, I believe that on rods, on reels even more.
Me
I think
too.
rods are it's really important, but a good reel with good drag is really really important.
For sure. For sure.
Because I've had some of those. I remember years ago I used to think I'd go up to like Bass Pro and I'd get like the reel that had like 10 ball bearings plus one or whatever it is. And it would be like 30 or $40, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting such a great deal. It's got 11 bearings or whatever." And then you get someplace and like you catch a nice fish, or in this case, if I was saltwater fishing, and the drag would be like, zzz, 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 and it wouldn't come out smoothly, and you'd be like this with your rod, and it'd be like, "Holy cow!" And then I signed down with Shimano and started fishing like the CI4 and those other ones, and then it's just like really smooth and no effort, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm now I know why that that reel was $30, and these ones are $199.
Exactly.
Booster, I had them. If you would have reminded me, I would have given you that one of those rods.
Before I really got into high end stuff, I really liked. Lou's made some really nice reels in the $80 range that were really really. They were workhorses. They really would last, and you could get a lot of life out of them.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was crazy when, what's his name, Kevin Van Dam went back to Lou's, but then I realized I bought a couple Lou's spinning reels, and they were inexpensive and they were really good. The only thing I would say that was wrong with them is that they were really heavy. And when you're like flats fishing, that constant you're casting and casting and casting and casting, the lighter the rod and the reel, the better it works out for you.
All right, so this would be a good question. I'm curious out there. What's a junk reel? Junk. Put the brand that you think is just total junk for a reel out there. I'd love to see. I got one on my mind that I'll throw out there if I don't see it. But what's your opinion of just junk? Don't waste your money on this X reel.
Mike asked if I haven't got my TFO stuff yet. I was supposed to,
Shakespeare,
but I haven't.
Pixafun or Piscafun, yeah.
So can I tell a story about really a crappy reel?
Yeah. Several Cast King guys.
So,
what is this? Suga Yaling. What is Suga Yaling?
Will said he's going to get blasted for this, but he said Shimano.
What? Dude, I love my Shimano reels. You'd have a hard time talking me out of that. I'll tell you one that I think is just way they used to be way overrated. You don't see them much anymore. Is Ardent. Ardent reels.
I agree with you.
I really wanted to like those reels because they made them in America. and they
Mm-hmm.
really tried to they always talked about trying to make the highest quality reel, made in America, yada yada yada. But man, those things suck. They really. Now I haven't fished with any in a few years, but man, the ones I got were just so disappointing.
So years and years ago, no lie, this was probably 20 plus years ago. There's a magazine down here called Florida Sportsman. It was unbelievable magazine. Well, they needed a whole bunch of website work. So they had contacted me, and I was still at AAA at the time. And they were like, "Can you do this stuff?" And I was like, "Sure." So I did all these websites for all this website work for them. And Gramps is going to hit it. They told me that they were going to give me the top of the line Akuma fly fishing rod and reel. I mean, top of the line. So after all this mumbo jumbo and months of not getting anything from them and doing all this work, they send me this Akuma fly fishing combo. It is the worst piece of crap rod and reel I've ever seen in my life. But they say it's the best that they've ever seen. So they lined me up with a guide, or 4 guides down in the Keys, and they're like, "We got this. You're going to go tarpon fishing on Monday. You're going to go tarpon fishing on Tuesday. You're going to go offshore fishing on Thursday and Friday." And I'm like, "Perfect." They paid for all of it. Blah blah blah. I get down there, first cast, put a fly. I mean, I hit this tarpon in the nose with this giant fly. It comes up, swallows it. I set the hook. I hit it, and I'm just doing this with it, just trying to get the hook, because their mouths are so hard. I'm just trying to jam the hook into its mouth as much as possible. So then I finally feel a good hook set, and the tarpon just starts screaming. The next thing I know, the reel goes into free spool. So out of nowhere, this
brand new reel
hadn't even touched the water.
Oh my goodness!
The rod is now just straight. It doesn't have any bend in it. The line is starting to backlash on me on this fly rod. 150-pound tarpon is 6 miles away. It's now in Georgia practically. I'm down in the Keys, so that's how far away it was. And the spool is in free spool. And the guy goes, "That's the biggest piece of grease I've ever seen reel." So I end up like just cupping it and letting it burn my hand, and then catching it all up, and then catching the fish. And then as soon as we caught the fish, we undid the hook and dropped it in the water, and we let it go in the ocean. He's like, "You're never using that reel again." I'm like, "They told me this was the best reel." And then I come home to find out that the whole thing, the whole fly rod, line, and reel was $69 on Akuma. So I don't like anything Akuma.
Well, I've never used an Akuma, but I know I've seen a lot of YouTubers. Apparently, Akuma looks for YouTubers and tries to get deals with them. But everything I've seen, I'm probably not going to spend any money on an Akuma reel.
I have a question for you. Since and I just want you, in all honesty, do you get bombarded with people asking to, we're a computer game company and we'd love to put a commercial on your. Yeah. I mean, how many of these can you get every day?
I know, it's insane. These are a bunch of Chinese companies,
yes.
Man. They're just trying to inundate you with. Yeah, I just delete and block all those guys.
Lately, it's
Booster is right. Scott Martin was with Akuma for a long time. Yeah. Notice he's not with them anymore, though.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah. Although Scott Martin and Jacob Wheeler left Akuma, their credibility went out the window. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Fluger is an old name. I haven't fished with any Flugers in eons. Somebody mentioned Ugly Stick, though, and I'll tell you, if you're the type guy that beats the hell out of your equipment and just like I got several buddies, I'm in the electrical field, electrician, a lot of electrical buddies who they work out of their truck and they just keep a couple of old rods in the back of their truck. And whenever they're driving somewhere, they'll stop and they can fish a little bit. And they'll take the rod and just toss it in the back and let it roll, and just beat them to crap
Yeah.
Ugly stick is perfect for that, man. Those things are. It's like having a piece of steel that you can attach your reel
They're
to. Now,
unbreakable.
they are. They're amazing. Now, forget sensitivity.
Yeah.
If you're actually if you're trying to feel the bite, you can forget
You're
that.
screwed.
But man, yeah, James Barron, you're right. Ugly stick makes a great catfish rod.
You want to, that's James said it right. Like if you're a finesse fisherman, that ugly stick is useless. There's too much bend in it. There's all sorts of stuff. But if you're just out there saltwater fishing and you just want to go after trout and and redfish and all those catfish and that kind of stuff, man, for the 30 or 40 bucks, whatever ugly stick is, you can't beat that.
It's really true. And in fact, I have a few ugly sticks. And when I have like people that want to go fishing with me and they've never fished in their life before, that's what I let them fish with. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
That's what guides do that all the time. If you ever like when you come down here to go saltwater fishing with a guide, they always have like these separate rods and reels for the guys who can't cast. But then when they get the guys that are good on, like I've been fishing with a couple of them, and I get on the boat and I'm like, why am can I bring my own fishing gear? Because this reel and rod is crap. You know, it makes noise, and then out of nowhere they break out the, you know, the $800 rod and reel, and you're like, okay, thank you, this is actually
really nice
make
stuff.
my life a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like offshore fishermen, like even those guys, that gear gets beat to hell, man.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Those saltwater fishing guys, they got so much money into the reels and the line and everything. You know, that stuff gets dropped in the water. A lot of them, when you go talk to them, they'll say, "You break the rod, you buy it," because they can't afford $400 or $500-$600 rods and reels.
Yeah, for sure. And there's nothing worse though than going on a guide trip and you're paying a guy, $500 a day or even more than that sometimes, and their equipment's crap.
Yes.
I had one guy out at Gunnersville. Not only was all of his equipment crap, all of his baits, all of his lures were rusty. And not only that, there was something wrong with his boat. It wouldn't even get on plane.
Oh, I've had that.
I was just like, you got to be freaking kidding me, dude. And the only reason I didn't tell him to just like kick rocks, pal, is he looked like he was hurting for money so bad.
You felt bad for him?
I couldn't do it to him. I was just like, dang, I feel for this guy. He is starving, man. He doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together. All of his equipment is pure junk. He can't even afford to fix his boat. So I stuck it out with
a guy in Washington for steelhead, and I went to this bait shop and I'm like, hey guys, I'm struggling, man. I don't know what I'm doing right. I'm not doing wrong, blah, blah, blah. And this guy says to me, I'll take you steelhead fishing for $100. And I'm like, okay, what time? Where do I need to go? What do I need? He's like, you got to buy a license. I'm like, I already got a license for 7 days, blah, blah, blah. I go fishing with this guy, had one of the best times I've ever had on the boat. Caught 4 steelhead. I mean, I froze to death, to be honest. It was so cold. But it was like one of those days that I was just like, oh my, it was one of the greatest days of fishing for me that I ever had. And wow. I've had a few of those days. I've talked about the Yellowstone one. I had one of these days up in North Georgia. And this guy took me, it was all fly fishing. He took me to a place called El Diablo. And it was literally, if you imagine like a hole in trees completely surrounding a pocket of water that you had to cast into. And he said it came down like this, and then it made a right and came right back at us.
Huh.
And he's like, you have to hit that corner. And so I kneeled in the water. I let my line go all the way back. And then I was just shooting it into this area. Well, I lost like 30 flies trying to make that one cast.
Wow.
I mean, there was trees completely everywhere. I mean, you couldn't walk back there and not get hit with a tree. I mean, the first cast that finally hit it hit that corner, and this trout just came up and took it. It was a 7.5 pound rainbow trout for Georgia, which is massive.
Wow.
And I set the hook and kneeled down. I stood up, and the fish swam through my legs with my fly line, and then went behind me, and then I fought it. It was awesome. The only problem with that one was I gave I had just bought a new digital SLR camera. I gave it to the guy, and he must have hit like a different setting, so everything was like completely. I have a problem with people and giving my camera to somebody else, but everything was completely blown out, and it was just, it was awesome. It was one of those days that was just really fantastic day.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
I saw somebody wrong.
I saw somebody had a record, caught a record shoal bass the other day. I think I forwarded it on my Instagram or something. And, you know, those shoal bass can only be caught in certain parts of the country. I think mostly down in like Georgia and Alabama, just in very specific waterways. And he caught like an 8-pound shoal bass.
That's huge.
I was like, holy cow, that is awesome. What an experience that must be.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm in like, what did I say? Like, I'm only like a week away from going smallmouth fishing.
Really?
Yeah, that's
where are you doing that?
It's up north. I don't want to say exactly where because it's kind of somewhat a secret. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Okay.
We have
depending upon how far north you go, there's a lot of frozen water up there.
Hopefully, there's no frozen water.
All right, cool.
That would be.
I got a kind of a sick little reel here that I was gonna do with an unboxing. I got this from Japan Import Tackle. Check this out. It's specially made.
Later, Hammer.
Specially made to go with the Gancraft swim baits. And
wait a minute, the reel is supposed to be with the swim bait?
It's a specially made swim bait reel. It's actually just a Shimano reel, but they've kind of blinged it up to go along with.
So they've bedazzled it?
They've bedazzled it. They've bedazzled it with. And so when I ordered this Gancraft bucket, I thought, man, that bedazzled reel would go great.
How much was the reel?
With whatever cool stuff I got in my mystery bucket that I'm going to open up tomorrow. So I said Shimano, I meant Daiwa, sorry. But this is, look at that, Daiwa reel, but it's all blinged up for Gancraft swim baits. And one thing that makes it unique is it's got a pretty powerful handle on it that sets it apart. So here, you know, check it.
It's nice.
And look at that. Custom.
Oh yeah, on the
side. Gancraft custom carbon fiber handle.
How light is it?
I don't know technically. It is 230 grams.
I don't know my thing. Did you see this critical grade? I got to read a comment.
Pattern.
It's really cool reel.
Bling, bling, bling.
Florida just made it possible to sell bass in restaurants. Anyone else read that? I don't know anyone that would buy bass or eat bass in restaurants.
Not when there's a ton of other good seafood.
Yeah, bass is just, with all the pesticides and everything that goes on down here, I wouldn't eat a bass.
Sea bass is pretty sweet.
Yeah, different than,
that's totally different. Yeah. So
the meat on bass gets really mushy down here.
Does it?
Yeah. It's 8.3 ounces. Fishing the Southeast just said.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yes, it is true allowing commercially raised bass. I mean, that's like the
Most of the catfish you eat out of ponds, catfish
yeah.
ponds. I mean, commercially
I
grown.
it wouldn't be something that I would. I don't eat fish, so I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't do it for my family, so I wouldn't do it at a restaurant. Not when you can get, down here we have some great. Like you go to the boathouse there in Disney Springs, and they get their fish brought in every day. So there's when they're getting really fresh stuff, and so I would think I would go with a snapper or a grouper, or if it's not largemouth bass. Booster said, so that's good.
There's several guys asking about that reel. It's a reel made for swim bait fishing. It's a bigger reel. It's like the 300 series size. You're right, John. So it's not going to be super light. But as far as swim bait reels go, it's pretty light.
Yeah. There used to be, so there's a lot of people talking about catfish and stuff. There were a lot of restaurants here in Florida that were serving catfish saying it was grouper years ago.
Really?
And a certain type of catfish, I don't even know what kind it was. And it was, and really there was one place that was like a hangout place for us anglers. And then all these guys were always getting grouper sandwiches. And I'm like, I don't eat that. I used to get a blackened chicken sandwich instead of the grouper sandwich because of course I don't eat fish. Yeah. So, and then all of a sudden all these guys started realizing that it was some sort of catfish and they were pissed off and nobody goes to this place anymore now either because of it.
I'd be pretty ticked off if I think I'm buying grouper. You would, I'm sure they would, if they charge you grouper prices compared to catfish?
Yes.
Yeah, that would really torque me.
Yeah.
Dude.
I would make fun of them all the time. I'm like, now you're eating catfish again, man. Or it was something of the sort. But it was, and it wasn't just one restaurant, by the way. There were a lot of them doing it. So, wow. But there was like a sting going on where people were really serving fresh grouper or not fresh grouper.
Hey, this Carl's box that I'm actually going to do an unboxing video of, it's only got one thing in here. I wanted to buy one of these last year, and they sold out. So some of you guys have probably tried this before.
Oh, yeah. You know who does a lot? Who did that last year? Bass Boxing Outdoors bought a lot of those last year.
The Bass Fishing Crate number 273, $80 value. So I'm going to unbox that here this week as well.
Can you ban Lovelace?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, I just blocked it.
Yeah.
So there's always somebody gotta mess with the good stuff.
Okay, so I said this in my last video, or maybe not the one that was today, but the one about a fishing resolution, a New Year's fishing resolution. Have you thought about that?
I've thought a little bit about it because, my resolution last year was to catch 1,000 bass or 1,000 fish, basically, but mostly all I fish for is bass. And I'm not going to hit it. I'm at 803 fish, and I am going to go out one last day. If I could catch 200 on Friday, I'll make it. I'm not feeling too optimistic about it though. So,
are you going to come down here still?
Yes, I need to come down there. I'm coming down there. I don't know when yet, but I'll let you know.
So before you come down, I won't fish those two spots, and then sweet. I'm just going to let you go to town on them. We'll start you off. We'll get a good start on that this year for you.
My New Year's resolution is going to somehow be around my New Year's fishing resolution is going to be somehow around swim bait fishing, but I don't know what. There's the swimmer, the swimming superstar.
He has to go to sleep. We have swimming in the morning.
Future Olympian. Yeah. How's it going, man?
It's good.
Cool. Thomas. Good night, buddy.
Good night.
That's my boy.
Right on, right on. Yeah, that's another thing. A giant peacock could be fun. You got to go pretty far south to catch big peacocks, though.
Yeah, we won't get any peacocks where we are. I mean, it isn't like we couldn't, if we really wanted to do this, we could drive down for one day. Go, I know one of the best peacock guides in the world, Hi, and he'd take us fishing. We wouldn't be able to film any of it because he won't let me bring a camera. But we could take a picture of it on our phone. We just couldn't do any video.
Interesting.
I mean, we could get down there in 2.5, 3 hours.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
Yeah, he's right.
Michael Phelps Jr. There you go.
We have like swimming this week, dude, and last week, man. Something is when the kids don't have school. Oh my gosh, you should see what they're making them do right now, man. I felt bad for Thomas lately.
Really?
I mean, they're having to do dry land. I mean, I think he swam close to 3 miles this morning.
Holy cow!
And then he had to run another few miles.
Man, when I was in Scouts, we used to try to get what they call the 1 mile swim award. You had to swim 1 mile consecutively, and that was brutal, man. I could not swim a solid mile, even when I was a kid.
Yeah, these kids, like we got a thing today. There's 3 kids on Thomas's team that are in the top 10 in the nation for swimming. They're just insane athletes.
Really?
Athletes. We have one young man named Sage and his sister Hannah. Jeez, criminy. There is Sage will be an Olympian for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
he's going to SMU next year, and I think he's top 4 or 5 in the country in high school. So
wow.
he's unbelievable. Thomas looks up to him a lot, and it's just one of those. He's always saying hi to Thomas and being nice. So he's a good kid, and you want to know what? He loves fishing. The greatest thing about the swim team is that all these kids that are on the swim team after practice on Saturday go fishing. So I have outfitted the whole team with rods and reels. All the boys. All of them got a rod and a reel. If they wanted to go fishing, I told them, I said, look, if you want to go fishing, I'll give you a good rod and a good reel. So all of them got rods and reels this year. Every kid. And I'm not talking like little rods and reels. I'm talking like
legit stuff.
Like the stuff I'm using.
Yeah, wow. That's awesome.
So
that is really cool.
Does Thomas swim relay or individual? So Thomas swims both. He's on the A relay team they were the state champions the last couple of years in Florida.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this. I want to talk about this. Fishing resolution. This is one that we used to do on the radio for a couple weeks because I thought I always felt like it was something you could talk about and why you needed to do it. So, I mean, you want to catch everyone says, oh, I want to catch my PB. That's everybody. That's every time you go fishing, you want to catch your PB.
Yeah, I think I've got a couple of resolutions, I would say, so far. I haven't thought a ton about this, but I know there's a couple things I want to achieve. One is I want to fish a lot more kayak tournaments this year.
And you're going to do that, though, right?
And I am going to do that, yep. I've got the calendar, and I'm kind of working through it now. But I'm definitely going to fish a lot more kayak tournaments this year. So that's one. And then the other one is in my spare time, I really want to experiment with a lot more swim bait lures. Big baits. I'm talking big stuff,
Yeah.
6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, that kind of stuff. And so that's why I'm not going to have a quantity goal this year, because if I have a quantity goal, I'm going to be so focused on that. I'm always going to be going to the chatterbait or any kind of a lure, that'll get me a lot of bites.
Yes.
In a single outing. So those are going to be some of my main ones. I'll think more about this though for our next show. What do you got on the docket as far as your resolutions go?
So the smallmouth fishing, uh,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go. Technically, I'm supposed to have two major trips. I'm going to Texas for sure. Not smallmouth fishing, but that Texas. We're going to try to hit some of those places. Remember when? What is his name? He has a huge channel. He caught like 60 pounds of fish. I forgot his name. I don't really keep up with him. That's horrible to say that.
I don't know
Uh,
who that is.
I forgot his name. He's in Texas. He's on the Six Sense team. Whatever it is, we're going to try to hit some of those Milliken. Yes, thank you. We're going to try to hit some of the go the same time. We're not going to be using A rigs, but we're gonna. The goal is to get Patrick on a bunch of giant fish. I mean, a bunch of giant fish.
That sounds
So
cool.
while he's fishing and I'm filming, to be honest, when he and I fish, we both fish. So, it's going to work out for me. And then, so that's the first one. And then the second one is the smallmouth. It isn't that I want, I need a 5.5, 6 pound smallmouth bass this year. I need it. So I know there's one trip already going on, but there's
That would be awesome.
a possible second trip.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I love to go up north. I usually do that every year. I'll get in some sort of a tournament up north and fish a week in some really nice smallmouth waters like the St. Lawrence River or somewhere
that's where
like
we're
that.
planning.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Yeah,
that's a blast.
That's got to be someplace that I've got to do it, because if I don't do it now, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm getting any younger at this point.
I think Illuminathan asked about my kayak. I've got a couple of kayaks. I've got a Hobie Pro Angler, and then I've got a Old Town Autopilot, and they're both amazing boats.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
I should mention all the kids did not get CI4s. They all got sustain reels.
Sustain is not chopped liver, dude.
Yeah, they all got sustain.
Freaking awesome reel.
And they got a couple of them wanted bait casters, so they got Corrado DCs and stuff like that.
In fact, I've got a buddy that I go fishing to Canada with once a year, but this is about the only time he fishes. And 5-6 years ago, I took him to, he wanted one spinning combo that he could use forever. And the reel that I put in his combo was a sustain.
It's a great reel.
It's a lifetime reel. It's amazing reel. It's great.
My dad still has that one, and I'm trying to get it back from him. I swear to you, the other day I saw him at Christmas, and I'm like, "Where's that rod and reel?" And he's like, "Oh, I put it in the shed." And I'm like, so my dad has a barn in the back of the house. I mean, it's got rats. It's infested. It's so far away from the main area.
You need to get him an ugly stick with that.
Exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go buy a cheap-ass rod and just go, this is it from here on out.
Yeah, for sure.
I think one kid got a CI4 reel. Maybe one. Most of them got sustained. There was a reason why. I used my Shimano money on certain things for the kids. And then I wanted them, it's a group of them. And then it was just a matter of giving them all pretty much the same thing as much as possible. There were a couple kids that were like, oh, I want to try spinning. I mean, baitcaster. And I'm like, oh, let me get a Corrado for you. I'll get the DC version. And then they wanted left-hand reels, and, it was a bunch of stuff. But it was my way of giving back to the kids. And most of those kids weren't fishermen until they met me or met Thomas.
Yeah.
And because of swimming, they go out and do it after swim practice on Saturdays, and that's what makes it even better. So I don't mind doing that. Awesome. That's why I was really so excited about doing that thing with Monster Bass, is that I could give back what did that take? It took me 10 minutes to figure that box out.
Yeah,
Now I
yeah,
did do a bunch of videos at first, but then I stopped doing videos because, like I said, I was hearing too many people say, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. So,
yeah.
but as long as it does it, can I join the swim team?
Yeah, me too. Me too. I want to join the swim team and get me freaking Stratic. That's a good deal, dude. And a Corrado. Holy crap. That's some top of the line stuff right there, boys and
I
girls.
want the kids to have this like forever and remember. And one of the things I always say to them, this isn't from me. This is from Thomas.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
these are all older kids that are in seniors that every time they see Thomas, now they're goofing off with him or they're grabbing him and throwing him in the pool. And they have like this camaraderie and this bond that Thomas looks up to him. And then, I mean, it's hard for someone who's 11 years old to talk to an 18-year-old kid
For
or
sure.
18-year-old young man because there is such an age discrepancy. Now they both love to fish. They come and talk to Thomas and they're like, some of them are even like, how do you worm fish? Someone said that to me in front of me today. And I looked over and I went, you want to learn from him? I mean, why didn't you ask me?
All
And
right, so let me tell you my dilemma, and it'd be interesting to hear people's opinions of this. All right, I got quite a few nieces and nephews, and they know I love to fish. Every once in a while, one of them will say, "Hey, I need some lures, or I need this, or I need that," and I'll usually load them up. I got one particular nephew. His name's Dakota, and he and I used to fish quite a bit while he was living around here. And I really wanted to hook him up with some nice stuff. And I got a lot of nice stuff. I could have fixed him up with some really good stuff. But I thought I'm going to run a trial balloon here. I'm not going to give him Corrados. I'm going to fix him up with some very solid equipment and some great lures. I probably gave him $300 worth of baits and then a bunch of got nice stuff. And in short order, in one season, he just destroyed everything. He didn't take care of it. He didn't take care of it. He left it laying around. And I'm like, man, I would love to give this kid nice stuff, man. But if he's not going to take care of it, if he's really just going to treat it like total crap, I'm not going to keep doing it. But then I think, well, once you give something to somebody, it's not yours anymore. They can do whatever they want with it. But it's still, the principle of the thing, man. If when I get good equipment, I baby that stuff. I take care. I mean, I use it to death, but
so I have something the same thing. Callan, who comes on here, and Jake. Callan's like brilliant. I mean, he's a ridiculously smart kid. I mean, I believe Callan could be a genius. He when he wants to learn something, he learns everything about it. So when Callan comes over to, and he's like a year older than Thomas. Callan comes over and I just say, look, there's something that you want, take it and put it in your bag. And sometimes he goes home with bags full of crap.
yeah.
And then he's the same thing, but I think you get to like how old is this young man of yours?
Well, when he and I started fishing, he was probably 5 years old.
Okay,
and now he's probably about 15, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so Callan's like 13, maybe just turned 13 in September. So maybe he's 2 years older than Thomas. So I think when you get so focused on learning all of it, you start to take care of your gear better. Because I'll be honest, there was a long time ago that I would just take rods and just fling them into the back of the truck. And if they broke, they broke. I wasn't buying anything really expensive. But once I started getting those things that were a little bit higher price stuff, then I started treating the equipment a lot better. That I was like, okay, I need to take care of this, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of helped. Like with Callan, he gets a reel or whatever, a new reel that's a good one. He's like, how much was this? He calls me Dodo. I know everyone can make fun of that, but he calls me Dodo. And I'll say, I mean, if you were to go buy that, it might be $200 or $300. And he's like, okay. He does all this other stuff, and once they learn that value, they start to take care of it a lot better.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, maybe that's part of it. If a kid doesn't know what something's worth.
Yeah.
But even if it's cheap stuff, you can still take care of it. You don't just have to throw it and trash
beat it up.
I mean, when you can't even find the stuff anymore. Well, I don't know, I was around here somewhere. I got a niece that's really getting into fishing, and I sent her a bunch of stuff. I sent her a new tackle bag and stuff, and she lives up in Iowa, so I don't know how she's doing, but hopefully that goes well for her. And if it does, I'll keep sending her stuff.
Yeah, I mean, on Christmas Day, before I went over to my sister's house, Jake and Callan and Ryan and Jackie, which is Jake's wife, who's pregnant, by the way, congratulations again. They all were sending me pictures because I was just on my way over there, and they're like, we found this lake. Every 5 seconds, somebody had a different picture of a bass. I'm like, you guys are, where is this pond? And then I'm like, can you wait for me? And they're like, no, we're going to wear them out before you get here. And I'm like, oh, guys, you guys are killing me, man. But it's still great to see that whole group of family go out and fish.
For sure.
And Callan is going to be a good angler. Callan's going to be a really good angler.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, in all honesty, people see me. I took grief. I didn't take grief, but Rick from Monster Bass said, do all I do is use a worm? No, my favorite bait's a chatterbait. But I can tell you, Thomas will outfish me with a worm before. He's much better worm fisherman than I am. And that's scary.
Well,
because I think I'm pretty good at it.
Worm. There's nothing wrong with fishing a worm, man.
Yeah,
it's a great way to catch fish. It just is.
I hate to admit this, but I've been using a lot of Neds lately.
It's a great technique too.
It really is.
You know.
It's at this time of year, that profile of the bait is even better in the colder months.
Hey, I wanted to ask Stoneman Lures before he leaves. He had some sort of a competition that he was in. Oh yeah, Stoneman Lures, Stoneman and Sons. He's got some sick stuff. But he had some sort of a swim bait or something, glide bait contest. I think it was with Dark Horse Tackle or something. I wonder how that turned out. I didn't hear if he won or not. Dude, look at that.
I think this might be one of the best looking paint jobs I've ever seen on a bait.
Man, he's a real artist. His stuff looks great.
I mean, this doesn't even hold on. I'm going to turn up the I'm going to get blown out, but that's all right.
Yeah. It looks like kind of a psychedelic perch.
Yeah.
Really cool looking bait.
So I you had them on. Robo worms are doing great for Steve. That's true. I'm actually fishing robo worms.
Okay, so he says he's in the final 4 of the competition. Wow. Is that a Stoneman Lures too?
Yeah, this is a Mega Bass 110.
Dude, that is pretty.
That's the dragon. He's just said that's the dragon.
Okay, the dragon perch. Yeah. Cool.
So, I mean, I bought these. I'm going to buy 2 other lures because I'm going to do, my closer looks are usually about a lure, just one lure.
Yeah.
This will be the first time I ever do a closer look on a company.
Ah.
So I'm going to buy a couple other lures and just show. One's going to be a glide bait. I wrote it down. A glide bait and something else. So
you need to get one of his black crappie lures.
Yeah, that was the other one, I think.
That thing is sick.
So it'll be a little bit different closer look than I've ever done, but I started it today. I started the picture taking and the 360.
Okay, Stoneman Lures, while you're on here, you may as well try to we got 65 people or more, probably got 80 people on this deal still. Where do they go to vote for your vote for your lure? Maybe we can help you win.
Send us the link. And then everyone go click
on it or give us some info on how to do it. Uh, that would be funny.
That would be, and if it makes him win, that would be even
Yeah,
better.
yeah, it'd be cool if we could push him
By
over
the way,
the
if
edge.
if he happens to win because of the thing we're on here, you need to send us a lure.
Cool. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of unboxings the rest of the week. What do you got? What's on your plan?
I now I got to switch you over. I this Christmas season, I spent a lot of time doing closer looks. A lot of time doing closer looks. So there's, I think the Stunna is probably the next one I'm going to do.
Okay.
Which is a
Stunna.
really, and then I think the next one after that is the Boyd Duckett BD
Did
swing bait or BD Dad.
Did the Stunna stun you?
I think the Stunna has come with so much like fanfare and people talking about it, and quite honestly, it's pretty spectacular. It's one of those baits that you go, yeah, I missed the mark with not getting these. And I know people don't like Duckett, but I'll be honest, the Boyd Duckett Shad it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable.
Wow.
But it's a lot like, I could see myself. I don't know if I would really go back to buying a bunch of them over the Duckett, over the Bull Shad.
The Buka?
Yeah, because I'm so confident with that Bull Shad.
I know, I am too, man.
So I would say that, and then I think I'm probably going to put it up a little bit early, but I'm going to put up the Aaron Martin's jig, and that one's called Spaced Age Chatterbait.
Is that Picasso lures?
Yeah, the Picasso Amart Dredger.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber one.
He's got so many to choose from, but man, they look pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, that bait works fantastic without a trailer.
Fish in the Southeast. Wonder if you're going to do any Shimano jerk bait.
Yeah, I have some of those in the works, but there's so many more in front of it. I mean, I think he said he's going to start doing bait reviews, and I wish him the best of luck with it. I might be phasing out of that a little bit because it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work.
Well, especially the way you do it. You go out and actually get underwater footage and stuff. And
I actually try to fish every lure before I do it, so I know a little bit before I do that narration.
Yeah.
And some of it's just some of them I think are like someone wrote me a comment the other day saying, you know, is this really making me a more informed angler? And I said I usually don't get smart ass with people, and I said, would you buy this if you didn't see the underwater? And I'm like, that's the whole goal. I mean, if you look at that, some of those.
How else are you gonna? I mean,
you're taking a stab in the dark in some of them.
Yeah. I mean, the whole purpose of your closer look is it gives you a better idea to decide to buy it or not. I mean, that's a stupid question, quite frankly. I mean,
and there's very few that you hear me go, you need this in your bait box. You need this. I try to stay as even as possible, but then there's other ones like I think one of them's the I'm a Glide. I think Caro got it. After you see that bait in the water, you honestly go, yeah, I should have this. This is one I should have for sure.
Yeah.
And so I try not to do that, but I really don't think people realize, I've got it down to a more of a science now than anything.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of time into doing it.
Yes, of course there is. For making any video, and then the way I get it for sure.
And then you get duds like that. The skitter lizard, I hated that lure, and I say it.
Yeah.
I hate that lure.
Right.
Actually, did you get a Monster Bass box this month?
Yeah, I got one. I haven't opened it yet.
Is that the one from Lunker Hunt Takeover?
I don't know. I don't know what's in it, to tell you the truth.
I think there's someone said that there was a lunker hunt takeover for
I
Monster.
know one's coming. If this isn't it, it's going to be next month or something, but who knows?
Good luck with that one. That
Yeah.
one just comes with, you open the box and it's just a turd inside of it. With 2 treble hooks.
Oh man.
A big pile of it's like that. Remember that guy that did the glitter bomb? You open it up and
yeah.
spray
Yeah.
comes out, it is a pile. Oh, that would be the best. Please
Man,
let that happen.
Those things are crazy. Yeah. All right, so tomorrow I'm doing the mystery bucket video. I'll probably do this at 6 p.m. Central, and then I'm going to do another unboxing at 7 of something else in here. I'm going to do 2 tomorrow night.
You got a lot, man. If you got 20 something to do, that is unbelievable.
I know, I got so many to do. It's crazy. But I'm about done, man. What do you think?
I'm ready. Stoneman Lures says, I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I have a January Hendrix box coming to you. He has
Sweet.
2 baits in it. Good.
Awesome. Thanks, Stoneman Lures. Where can people go to vote for you? I don't know if he put anything up. I didn't see anything to that.
Mario, I love watching close looks and seeing underwater footage, and I want to buy the bait. And then Steve hits us with, yeah, this bait is... and you want to know what I do? I go, I hope you're sitting down. This bait is $16.29. And even when I'm saying it, I'm laughing, and the microphone's here, and I'm going, and it's $16.29. And I'll move the monitor. I'll go, oh God, that is so expensive.
Look, Carol bought a Lunker Hunt box at Walmart in your honor.
I'm sorry, Carol. I'm sorry.
Not everything they make is junk.
No, not everything.
There's some decent stuff. Just depends on what you get.
Yeah.
What you get hooked up with.
Yeah, I mean, don't get the spider because the legs fall apart. The lizard does the backstroke better than Thomas. And there's like one or 2 other ones that are just horrible baits. Now, I want to just say right there, they do catch fish though. That's the craziest thing is they do catch fish. They just fall apart too fast. That's my problem with them.
Yeah. But hey, if you want to try a spider, Lunker Hunt there's probably nobody that makes a more realistic looking spider than Lunker Hunt.
And you can get one in Monster Bass next month. I'm positive of it.
Great. All right. Hey, hit that like button, ladies and gents, if you would. We appreciate the love and the support.
Yep.
Hope you guys will tune in tomorrow night for some of my unboxings, and keep your eyes peeled for Steve. Are you doing another live soon,
No.
Steve?
I don't want to compete with you on live. I don't mind editing. I can edit out my mistakes.
I'm lazy. I haven't done an edited video in a long time. Probably need to because my channel's not growing very fast, but that's the way it goes.
But you had to have had a good month last month in ad revenue, didn't you?
I don't know. I don't think I did.
I was way up.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't up.
Yeah. But subscriber wise, I mean, it's such a slow process.
It is.
I will be watching tomorrow.
Right.
Are we going to do next week? We're going to do the 10 tackle warehouse things. Okay.
Yeah, we'll give away all the tackle warehouse cards and see what else. It'll be our New Year's giveaway show.
Yes, and Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. You know, after 2020 and 2021, I'm kind of afraid to say Happy New Year because you just have no freaking idea what's coming around the corner. But who knows? Maybe 2022 will break the funk barrier.
Well, if you're coming here, that's going to make part of the funk go away.
Right on. Heck yeah. All right, ladies and gents, thanks. Steve, close us up. Wrap us up here.
Remember, take a kid fishing with my pen and everyone making fun of my notes. Get your fish on. Happy New Year.